It's time for Coming in Hotter, Sens post-game show.
Live from the Sports Interaction Studio, it's Coming in Hotter with Jamieson, Bridal, and Cody Gaudreault. How we doing, Sens fans? Because I'm sure you're pretty happy after this win, 5-2 over les Canadiens de Montreal. JMO, how's it going tonight?
It was a phenomenal night now that we have gotten ourselves that win, and I'm just loving everything going on. Like, it was hard, it was skilled, and it was structured hockey that Sens, we all know we're there. We all saw snippets of, and it was the first 60-minute effort I've seen, and I loved every second of it.
Amen, brother. Amen. Because heading into it, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have, that high of, the kind of expectations because I mean, the St. Louis game and the Vegas game just gutted, I think, people's hopes in the sense. And I don't know, maybe I read too much into it, but I kind of, expected the beginning of a skid. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't confident in the Sens. And it was kind of the same scenario for the Habs here. They come back from a road trip. Obviously, it's not as big of a road trip as the Sens just went through. But it was the end of a road trip that didn't immediately work out. And back at home for the Habs, Brady hasn't been playing as we expected him to, but he just decides, hey, Cody, shut the hell up. I'm gonna score a goal. So I think I've learned my lesson, and I'm going to shut up about making predictions about players coming back from injury after their first couples games bad. Yorkie mentioned it. Yorkie mentioned it during the show at Shula's Joe's tonight, saying, hey, third game back is when you really start to get it. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, JMO, you probably had higher hopes than I did, though, to start the game.
The way I look at it, too, especially off of that, was it the first goal? It was, yes, of course it was. It was as soon as, speaking, you just mentioned how Brady sort of saying to you, shut the hell up, I'm back. I feel like right on that first goal, we can get into it even harder. I laughed so hard because that's what Tyler Kleven said to me after last show. I sit here talking about how Tyler Kleven needs to really focus on being that physical presence, and yeah, so he's making me eat my words, but that's exactly where my expectations were going into this game. Like I said last show, I wanted this bounce back. I wanted to see us, see them play the game they can play, take control, play smart. Short shifts was in every single note from every period I have here. It was short shifts, very physical, and if that's the brand of hockey the Sens are going to start playing, all of a sudden, if this is what those two games, St. Louis and Dallas, did to them, then I'm on board. Just, if you got to lose a stinker every now and then to come back and have a good run, hopefully that continues off of the win tonight. Hey, roll with it. That was awesome.
Someone in the chat, sorry, I completely unrelated. Someone in the chat said they like me without the mustache. Ouch.
You're wrong. You're wrong. The mustache needed to stay. You needed to give it a chance, Cody.
Claude and JMO, it's up to you guys to fight it out. But it's the chat that killed it. The poll that Wally pulled up said no, and it's gone. It's gone.
All right, so next year I'm growing one. Then we're going to see who wants to get rid of this ugly thing. And, it took me most of my life to grow the beard, so it's going to be a real tough thing to get the mustache in.
If we get to okay, Annie, I'm growing it back. Before we get to the breakdown of the goals, Andy, if you want to pull up the lines, again, some different lines that we saw. We talked after the Blues game. We talked after the Stars game. Hey, the lineup, you're changing it, and it's not working out because it's changing from what we're used to seeing, changing from what the fans are used to seeing, changing from what the players are used to be playing with. And tonight we saw that again. Zetterlund going replacing Batherson on Stützle's wing. Tkachuk coming back in, which is the one change we would have been okay with. But then Perron goes back down. Cousins now playing with Batherson. Of course, at least they didn't touch that third line.
Not a chance.
Of
No.
Eller, Greg. Defense pairs at least stayed the same. McDermid in didn't surprise either of us, correct?
Of course not. Absolutely not.
Well, he got brought in, not only obviously for the Habs, but the Habs were totally in Steve Staios when he got brought in. Tkachuk, Stützle, how happy were you to see that?
So good. I think it's just nice to see the safe play back together, but you can't even call it that because there's Zetterlund over on the right, and he's finding his game. He's getting really comfortable, and I think I don't know who it was. It might have been Graham who said it the other day, but somebody mentioned that Stützle needs his Brady, and I don't know if it'll fix all the just shoot the puck Tim or all the things. Like, you can't really get mad at Tim Stützle. I mean, come on. Half the things I've even complained about, I can play devil's advocate for myself. Half the things I've complained about are him just being so damn good at hockey that he's trying stuff on the fly and it just doesn't work. So I'm pretty happy to see those two back together.
I think we all wanted to see that, and entertaining player with another. I'm seeing two people in the chats in a row, Doc Riley and Paul in a row, and then Gloitfee, sorry, over there, saying, hey, finally Zetterlund on the first line. Happy to see Zetterlund on the first line. He started the darn season on the first line, guys.
Is that a finally thing?
Yeah, no, and it did not work out. So let's not get, I don't know, this is where I'm going to say, maybe let's not get excited for one game. Yes, Zetterlund on the first line is something that has a lot of potential, but we've seen it not work out before. So, so we'll see. We'll see that he is on a hot streak, deserves more ice time. Surprised he wasn't on the power play. So we'll something we'll have to monitor for the rest. Cousins, Batherson, we know can work out. Perron looked really good with them, but again, Batherson also looked really good with Stützle. So we'll get to it. And then that fourth line, is McDermid actually going to come in for more games now that Hodgson is back in the minors? Is Hodgson going to come back? A lot of question mark. Justin, real quick, thank you so much for giving $70 to charity. Yeah, they played with a lot of aggressiveness. I thought Ullmark looked fine. I felt bad a little bit for him on that first Slafkovsky goal, kind of getting rattled, getting a puck right off the chin. That couldn't have felt good. And yes, bigger forwards targeting Spence. We're gonna get to that a little bit later. So just you wait, because I actually have a little piece of words to talk about. English is hard, guys.
I get it. Words are hard. I will say just one thing, and this isn't going to steal anything from what Cody's words end up being. No, there's a compliment there, and I think you're right that whether it's Spence, whether it's Kleven, it doesn't matter who, to be targeted means the league is paying attention to you. Means the other teams, when they're doing their homework, are going, okay, that's the guy. That's who we need to go after. Whether you could see it as, oh, they see me as a weak spot, or you could see it as they know they need to take me out. And I mean, look what happened in the first period. Brady Tkachuk goes into the corner, and both Jackeye brothers go after him. They have to double team Brady Tkachuk. Well, if I'm Jordan Spence or Tyler Kleven, and as Justin's point said, I start to get targeted or even double teamed, well, good job, mate. Well done. That's how I see that.
I got another story on the Jackeye brothers that I'm gonna keep for a little bit later in the show, but you guys might get a little kick out of it. I don't know. We'll see.
So many teases. So many teases.
I know. Last thing I want to say about lineups, both you and me and the main show with Wally, Yorkie, and Graham were pretty critical about the Kleven Spence pairing and saying that yes, on paper they're perfect for each other. Big guy, big hitter, big defensive guy, speedy, more offensive guy, and then it's just not working out together. Tonight, completely different. Kleven gets 2 assists, and he looks like the speedy offensive guy. And like we said, Spence looked pretty good too.
Mhm.
Are you okay with them staying together now?
I think to your point from last show, you mentioned that, and I've heard Yorkie say this 100 times on the other show. It's especially for defense, people like their continuity with their line mates, and if they're
Mhm.
starting to develop something, if they're starting to get somewhere, know where the other's going to be and when to do what, yeah, go for it. I mean, that's your second line pairing, so sure, if Shabbat's out, let it roll, let it ride.
I want to throw in too. And I'm just saying, putting this as an observation. Um, Once Kleven was paired with Spence, where his usual, line mate is Matt and Paolo, and it had been for a while.
Mhm.
Um, Matt and Paolo is this, you know, not scared of physicality, good defense, maybe not as good of a skater. That your prototypical defenseman. Now he's paired up with Spence. Did Kleven, you think, feel the need to, become that more defensively minded guy, take less chances on offense? Let Spence do all of that. I'll stick to hitting people, clearing the front of the net, do whatever a good big defenseman does. Whereas this game, I mean, we saw him skating around like he used to, and then I
Mhm.
got him to two assists, creating some stuff in the ozone, but also, with some confidence getting back on D, but also being physically involved. And I think he found like a good, mix of the two that he didn't necessarily have, earlier when he was with Spence.
I think it's just comfort level. Like I genuinely I think he's obviously feeling that he's got a little more rope with the coach. He's the one getting the nod. It's not Matt and Paolo being moved up to the second line. It's him. So I think with that and with the fact that he's now learning Spence's game, Spence wasn't here last year, so he had zero sum to work off of. And I think it's all of those things. And maybe it could be as simple as him knowing he's had this in his tool bag the entire time and he's got that extra rope and he's going, cool, let's show them what I've actually made of, to the point, again, to bring him up, to the point Yorkie makes often. Everybody in the NHL is the best person you've ever played hockey with. So is there even more to Tyler Kleven? Probably.
Yeah. I'm excited to see like some more of his game because he's still young, but
Very young. And
how many times
yeah.
how many times have I said he's an entertaining player? Like he's fun. The players where you don't know what they could do next because they have a little bit of everything in their toolkit. Like
Bang on.
I love watching those guys.
Well, especially on D. Like these are guys where, and if I'm just as guilty as the next person, fine. You look at this big monster of a man because that's what Tyler Kleven is. He is a large human being. And you think, cool, you're here, you're versatile enough to, all right. And you say things like I did. And again, make me eat my words. We're going to talk about these goals. And I'm going to keep coming back to the fact that he made me eat my words tonight.
All right, we'll get to the goal breakdowns, but before that, we'll get to us eating our own words. Because it did not go well. This segment is brought to you by Sports Interaction, Sportsbook, and Casino. Every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. Bet the action on every period, every shift, every shot with Canada's homegrown sportsbook. Sports Interaction. Ontario only 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Do you like how I slightly put the puck up? Now that I have a Sports Interaction puck.
You got to melt that puck somewhere. That puck's got to be like front and center. You got to make a hat out of that puck. There you go. Perfect.
That's gonna fall. I can feel it moving around. I'm scared to look down, so I'm gonna put my notes up here.
I will donate $1 for $5 for every minute that stays up there. Not Jake. Andy, start a timer.
All right. I gotta lock in. First bet I had Dylan Cousins or Ivan Demidov putting a goal up. I feel so weird with this thing on my head. I just saw that Batherson was coming back with Cousins. I also had him for a point. That pairing did work really well in the past, and David Perron is such like a reliable third guy on a line. And that was, I saw that and I was like, oh, Cousin's gonna get there, especially with how he's been playing. He still leads the Sens in hits by a lot. And he's been looking hotter and hotter and hotter. Yes, he got away from his, new consistent partner in Fabian Zetterlund. But unfortunately, yeah, that didn't work out. I'm not going to say he looked bad at all during the game. He got a couple of, good chances where pure dumb bell center luck kept it out of the net. But yeah, I don't think, and Ivan Demidov is just, he's a good player. Like he scored one on the Habs last game too, but
I don't like it, but you're right.
Well, yeah, when I saw those double chances, and then Sens to win by less than 2, so win by 1 goal, did not work out. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what was behind my my thinking there. You had a similar one, too. But yeah, I was expecting a closer game. Like again, a 1-goal game. That's what it was last game. But yeah, Sens ended up having such a better game than I expected. Like there's no other way of putting it.
I don't think it was. I mean, kid, it's not that I shouldn't take from the Sens, and I'm not going to. The Habs, they were worse than I expected. The Sens played a phenomenal game. I really, really, really did expect them to come out the way they did. The Habs, I genuinely thought were going to put forth a better effort through all 3 periods. And whether frustration or not, hey, it worked out that the Sens won. But yeah, both of us did not do well at all on our bets. This is why I don't often gamble. And I mean, here's my attempt. Let's call it that. I mean, like you see right there. I thought it was going to be a closer game too. Sens win by 1. I wanted to give a shot at this. You constantly have these times in your, and I looked at it and I thought, I still don't believe that, that's going to make anything for me. So hence the nice odds. I went for it. And Stützle, shoot the puck, man. Come on. He let me, and I think I'm shooting myself in the foot. I should understand odds enough to know that if they're that high for an anytime goal scorer, it's probably just not gonna go. Yeah, but hey, this is what it's all about, And the folks at Sports Interaction, they make this fun, they make it easy, and they make it real easy for me to lose money. These Bridal's bets did not work out, and I think I'm gonna have to take a whole new approach to Thursday's game against the Rangers.
Oh man, you're a hoot, man. I love you.
No, I love you more.
Okay, there. Let's not go too far. Yeah, there was a lot to predict. There was a lot of storylines heading into this game that we will, obviously talk about. But this is like one of the few times where we were like, not necessarily talking about who's gonna score before the game as the big the big storyline, because
how much do I owe? I don't even know how long I've come
God
on
damn
me
it.
less. What?
God damn
how much
it.
do I owe? 4 minutes, 13 seconds. All right, $20. It's going in there. Or do I have to go 25 because you got the 13 seconds?
Yes.
All right, fine. $25. I'll donate that. I don't even know how, but we'll move on. My cat got very excited and came running in here. Do you have any money, Georgia?
I feel there's so much weight just off of my forehead.
A real weight's been lifted off your shoulders.
Come on. What was I even saying? Yes, this is the first time in a while the storyline isn't, points heading into the game. It was actually like there is bad blood between these two teams, which was refreshing kind of to listen to. But it was fun. it was fun to actually have. Oh my god,
Yeah,
have a
Toasty.
different-
Yeah.
I just got $20 here for donations. All right,
there you go. $25 to you for donations, but you got to donate it.
But yeah, it's different storyline, and that kind of made me a little bit saying, hey, what do I bet on for goals? And I was like, Cousins and winning by 1 because that's what happened last game. But it was really nice to see because this game there was a lot going on outside of the goals. So we'll get to that right after here. But first, every game is your game when you bet with Sports Interaction. From puck drop to overtime, bet with live odds on every play with easy deposits and payouts. Go to sportsinteraction.com/coming-in-hot to open an account. Ontario only, 18 plus. Please play responsibly. I'm sorry, Sports Interaction, that I dropped the puck. Let's go. Kane getting us $20 more. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe I should just have a puck on every show. Do I make this a thing?
I'm into it.
You're gonna hate it. I'm gonna get good at balancing. I'm gonna flatten this cap, and
you know what? If you were good enough at that if you start doing that, I'm gonna drop it down to 5 cents per minute.
That's brutal. So Habs get on the board early with another top 10 power play in the league.
If I have one complaint, it's going to be our special teams. So, yeah, keep going.
But, however, 13% at home for the Habs, 35% on the road before this game. It did not look like that. They looked very comfortable on the power play. Sens penalty kills still like one of their biggest woes. Juraj Slafkovsky getting open back door to pop it in right after Ullmark. Yes, he gets ready, but I'm sure he was still a little bit rattled from, like I said earlier, taking that puck to the chin.
It was the chin?
It was for sure his head. What
okay, because I saw a goalie that maybe could have stayed down, should have stayed down. I don't know that it would have gotten the play. I mean, had he stayed down the first time, he wouldn't have been up to make that sitting up save that he made right before the backdoor goal. And I mean, the easiest answer here is, yeah, we need to stay out of the box because our penalty kill, especially against their power play, that's just the wrong matchup. And barring that, it was a phenomenal goal. Slafkovsky's in the exact spot he should be for a phenomenal pass to tap it in. Yes, Ullmark is not getting across because I was listening, I was watching, and I thought Noodles pointed out that perhaps the puck hit Ullmark somewhere a bit lower, often where daylight does not get. My understanding was that, and I thought maybe if that is the case, he couldn't get across to get that to that backdoor stop because maybe he's taken it off the hamstring or something like that. I don't know, but he was shaken, and that's where that goal came from.
Yeah, it's hard to blame him. The other Habs goal also coming on the power play. Sens penalty kill 1 for 3 tonight. But Nick Suzuki pops it in short side. Slafkovsky again open on the back door after, well, not actually open. My bad. He's not open. Sanderson's on him. Yeah. That's right after Sanderson gets up from getting a shot from Slafkovsky in the back. Before we'll talk about it right away, actually. That was a great shot from Suzuki. He's one of those like sneaky guys who can he's not sneaky. He's a great player in the league. People are talking about him on Team Canada for crying out loud. What the heck are you talking about, Cody?
Just for clarity, are we talking about the second Habs goal?
Yes.
Unbelievable
Suzuki
shot.
Just picking a good spot.
Unbelievable shot.
Did you think that should have been a penalty to Slafkovsky, where he knocks down Sanderson?
No.
You want to think about it?
I don't.
Because I'm going to say no. Fans are going to hate me in the chat. Okay, yes. Look, because yes, we're talking per the NHL literal rule book. Is it literally a cross check? Absolutely. However, how many cross checks do we see per game that doesn't get called? I don't think we even need to talk about it. And I think Sanderson, not that he dove, but he fell a little easy.
I think that's what you do, though. And I think that's how, to your point, how many cross checks happen per game. And that's why I sort of, did the Sens, I agreed with you right off the top, because I think maybe the Sens did get away with a bit of an embellishment call. And I just think it's because that's the one that looked bad enough at the right moment or whatever for the refs to call it. Again, getting back to your point, and I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, you see two-handed, full stick grips, shots to various parts of players' bodies all game, every game, and that gets called. So, no, I don't know that I would have called it, but sure, okay with the fact that they did.
Well, it didn't get called.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. So I talked about Wally a little bit about this earlier in the season when we were talking about the penalty kill, about how, well, he's the one that said it's hard to practice for the power play, for the penalty kill, sorry, just because you don't have the time.
Yep.
Ice time is very limited, especially now more than ever. And it's hard, and penalty kill is one of those things that you can't really, give enough time to practice properly. That being said, are the Sens at the point where they need to start practicing the penalty kill? Because although we as much as we can say, stay out of the box, stay out of the box, stay out of the box, you're going to take penalties. You're going to take penalties. And again, Habs going 2 for 3 on the power play tonight. Sens having, bottom 2 penalty kill in the league. Is this a problem? Is this a problem that needs to be addressed soon before it gets out of control? Or am I overreacting?
No, and I'll ask you the same question as part of my answer. Did you also notice, am I overreacting at the fact that there seemed to be multiple styles of PK throughout this one game? And at the first, in their first one, they were aggressive. They were assertive. They were stepping up at the blue line. They were controlling the neutral ice. They were fighting back. By the third power play, it was a diamond, and they just sat back, let the shots come in. I mean, maybe they were just trusting Allmark more. I don't know. But I would say that's my biggest issue with the the penalty kill right now. It's a bit inconsistent, and maybe I'm reading that wrong and saying that's part of the strategy, because the Sens could very well know that the league has figured them out. So I agree with Wally's point. Yeah, you can't give too much practice time to the PK. They obviously aren't giving enough right now, because for a team that's playing as well as they're playing, fighting in the teams that we're fighting for, where every point is going to count, I'm guessing through at least the Olympic break. Yes, I think you're absolutely right. They need to focus a little bit more on a better penalty kill.
Yeah.
And actually, if I can too, I heard a stat today that I found shocking, because the Sens in years past are usually not the team without a shorthanded goal yet this year.
Really?
Yeah, which is like, oh, okay. Now, there have been years where we've been among the top. There have been years, but to not have any sounds, it shocked me a little bit.
Yeah. Did Eller not get one earlier this season?
I thought so too. So I can do some diligence here.
Yeah. While you do that, there's, just to go back to the goal. Sorry if I know we already moved on. 24 points in 25 career games against the Senators for Nick Suzuki to get back to his goal. Sorry, make that 25 points in 26 games. Sorry, it's not updated, but yeah, he's been tormenting the Sens for a long time.
He's very, very good against the Ottawa Senators. Always has been, always will be. But
yes. Justin talking about in the chat, I see you've been talking a lot about the PK. Exhausting to watch. I'm sure you're not the only fan that feels like that. And yes, you're right. apart from Lars Eller, we do not see a lot of the, bottom sixers on the penalty kill. Andy, if you want to pin his comment real quick. And I don't fully agree with that. Tim Stützle is a really good defensive player. He's on the penalty kill for a reason. Sidney Crosby's on the penalty kill in Pittsburgh. Mitch Marner's on the penalty kill in Vegas. He was in Toronto. And obviously I'm talking about more defensively inclined guys like Barkov was on it, obviously, in Florida. But the opposing teams put their best players on the power play. Who has the best chance of keeping up with the best players? The other best players. So it's not surprising, but I agree that having, specialists for the penalty kill is not a bad idea. And there you go. You're getting to my point. You're reading my mind. You don't want to overuse the top six. So maybe that is another thing. I still think it's just addressing it, maybe changing the system, maybe changing the players. Something's got to change because whatever you got going on right now is not working out. We'll get to the breakdown of the Sens goals, but you have that stat?
I do not.
Oh.
It is impossibly hard to find, and I am doing my best. But I mean, I trust the broadcast, and I thought I looked up Lars Eller's shorthanded goal, and
Andy,
I'm also scared of going
Andy,
back.
you're a legend.
Andy,
producer Andy's one-handed. One shorthanded goal from Shanathan Pinto.
All right.
First period. I'm gonna call this the Fabian Zetterlund period because holy smokes, talk about two guys who surprised me from skills that we know that they had, but maybe don't bring it out as often as they should.
Did we know that Zub had those hands? Okay.
We'll get to that. Zetterlund getting a beautiful pass from Tyler Kleven. Speaking of Tyler Kleven, Jordan Spence picking up the 2 assists on that goal.
Eat your words, Jameson.
Ripping it from the top of the circle past Montembeault. Now I know Montembeault isn't exactly on the best run right now. Beating a goalie clean with a slap shot. I talked about it when Sanderson did it. That is not an easy thing to do in today's NHL. And we knew Zetterlund could shoot. I screamed when I saw that.
It was satisfying. Yep, I'll give you that.
It's so quick
nice
too.
To see. He's got it. He's always had the shot. He's doing what he's now coming as advertised. How about that?
Good way to put it. And Kleven again,
that's like I said. He looked like words, Jameson.
He looked like known offensive defenseman Artem Zub there.
That was all the size he has mixed with, I'm guessing, at least a bunch of the skill he clearly has, because that was a lot of wall battle, and to just put it right across the ice, top of the slot immediately to get it over to Zetterlund, just unbelievable. Unbelievable play from Kleven there. And yeah, that laser beam from Zetterlund sure was nice.
JMO's fired up, guys. Let's see it in the chat.
A little bit.
Let's see some support for JMO. He's fired up right now. Zub also. So he's the type of guy where if he wanted to become, one of those defensemen that focus like an offensive defenseman, if he wanted to become one of those guys, he could in a heartbeat, because this guy has a habit of once a year going like, hey, I'm actually Patrick Kane. Look at these hands. And we saw that now. Like, what the heck is he doing in the slot in the first place? Sneaking past Cole Caulfield and Alex Carrier into the slot. Gets this pass from the corner from Tkachuk, who's battling on the boards like a madman now.
Yep.
And then undresses Montembeault. Even goes for, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Or
no, right.
Puck ends up on his left, and he's about to go back to his backhand and saying, Montembeault's like already on the ground. I'm just going to stay on my forehand, pop it in. When you see a guy go like that, and then zero reaction, really, like his celebration was puts his arm up a little bit. Artem Zub, known offensive defenseman Artem Zub. I've said it before.
known offensive defensive. Yeah, I was most impressed. I think, getting back to the line that I steal from the Big Show all the time. If you're in the NHL, you're there for a reason. Most impressive was what you pointed out. He snuck into the slot, probably because nobody expected that. But his calm under pressure, staring down Montembeault, and all those moves notwithstanding, just being able to be that friggin' cool about it. Thank you, Zub. I mean, everything about that leading up to that play was somewhat expected, to be expected. Brady on the boards, battling and getting the puck into the slot. Yeah, that's what Brady does. That's why he's Brady. To Zub? Like, okay, cool. Thanks, Zuby.
No, good poise to recognize that gap, and that that ended the first period. Second period, again, Amadio with a great battle along the boards gets it to Jake Sanderson, who just around Noah Dobson and he was the first one in the building that knew that puck went in between Montembeault's legs.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't as chill for his celly, but he's allowed to be. I mean, he's another guy too. Like, again, the main show talked about it. You're looking at his offense now getting so developed because we already know what he can do on the defensive side of the puck, and he's
incredible.
It's twice now too. He just maybe not crashes the net, but skates towards the net and just gets a shot in up close. He just looks so much more comfortable in the ozone this season.
Oh God, yeah, he looks and I think that, I see your hesitation on the word "crash the net" because that was a very elegant.
It was calculated, elegant.
It was more of a dance towards the net, and he knew exactly what he was going to do the moment he came off the half boards and said, "Okay." It's incredible to watch a defenseman like that. We've had some in the past. There's some Swedish guy that was here for a couple of years. He was just okay. But that's it. Is Jake Sanderson that good? I don't know, but I would say he's better all around. So when you see those flashes, it's just a reminder of just how much we've got in that kid.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of hands, Drake Batherson just picks up a puck off of Montembeault's pads. Jeez, I'm going to start over. Drake Batherson picks up a puck off of Montembeault's pads, says, "Thank you," but that actually goes here.
Yeah.
Places it in the net. He's got great hands. That again, just surprise. Like, he's got good hands, but you're just surprised by it anyways. Kleven and Spence picking up the assists on those goals too.
Second time tonight.
Second time, both of those guys, and then Suzuki gets one to close off the period. And then third period,
Kleven makes me eat my words is the second time. That, like, come on, man.
Do you eat your words like in a salad or in a soup?
It's cold. It's like a stew at this point. Yeah, it's stew weather. Yeah,
with a little bit of ketchup.
Ew, what's the matter with you, man? Ketchup and stew? Seriously?
I don't know. Sometimes it's good. Maybe with some Brady ketchup. We also got the third goal. The fifth goal of the Sens. What am I saying? I bet that felt so good for him. His first goal of the season in his sixth game. He is at. Actually, I'm gonna double check before I say this, but I think he is 1 point under a point per game. Although he obviously hasn't.
I think it's 29 points in 31 games at this point for Brady against Montreal, and it was. I mean, you talk about celebrations. You talk about guys, Zub with his one arm in the air, and everybody else. Really, I mean, that is a monkey off your back, Cap. He celebrated. He found the Sens player in the stands, Sens fan in the stands. Sorry, went right over the glass there. Arms wide open on the one legs. It's the Brady thing to do after scoring. I think he was elated too. I would love to hear the on ice mics from just after that goal because that was a happy man.
Yeah. Andy, if you want to pull it up, yes, he did look for the Sens fan in the stand and wanted to shout him out.
But he was looking for this guy.
I'm sure he was looking for something else. This is genius. I love that. And Brady's reaction,
Wait.
you're seeing it here.
Oh,
Fakes out the puck to the Grinch,
yeah,
who's holding a Brady Ketchup sign. Talk about the perfect amount of random and comedy.
It's
there.
like, okay, now it's paused here. I gotta ask you something.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
Brady in that picture. Does anyone else see Corey Perry and Brady's random love child in this picture? Because that is terrifying, dude. Like, you have taken
let's see the
AI and
answers.
ruined it. Like, but again, what the hell was this person doing and thinking? I'm so glad they did. There are some funky, fans in the stands in Dallas. They had Ottinger's number one fan wearing his full goalie equipment. That's okay. That's fun. What the hell is that?
So, JMO, I'm not a big fan of usually when people make, impressions or accents. Try to say Brady Tkachuk in a French accent.
Oh, I get that. It's Ketchup.
Oh, there you go.
The Brady, the Ketchup. But it's this smile there with the big
Okay.
It's very confusing. And like I said, I saw that hit the glass and I went, that's Corey Perry. That's not Brady Tkachuk. That's Corey Perry.
Like, I see why you say that. Does the chat agrees? That's surprising to me. Like, I see where
it's gonna haunt my dreams tonight, is what it's gonna do.
All right. Now that
we need to find the Grinch and bring them on the show on Thursday. Can we do that? Andy, do we know how to find the Grinch?
Check your contacts list. Maybe it's somewhere deep in there. I don't know if he's got LinkedIn or something.
They'll be under G.
Now before we get to like the rest of the roster breakdown, I have a little bit of an announcement to make, and let me just quench my thirst before I make that announcement.
For everybody watching, I haven't a clue what he's going to announce, so I feel like I want to sit on the floor and just like, what, man? Do I quit now or later? Like, what do I do? I'm just gonna, you know what?
For those only listening, Cody is currently sipping out of a coming in hot mug.
Hello.
Your boy has made it. Your boy has made it, boys. Justin calling it a cup too. Oh my God, JMO's over there crying in the corner. Yeah. Finally, those who are watching this show. God damn it, Zoe. Those who are watching the show at Shoeless Joe's. Yeah, Brent folded. I don't know what happened. I think I caught him at a busy time. I was late to the show at Shoeless Joe's. I only got there after I got stuck at school. And then I got there, said hi to Wally, said hi to the gang. And then I don't know, spur of the moment, Wally comes up to me in a box and says, "Okay, quick, here you go." And I'm like, "Is that what I think it is?" And he said, "No." Or he said,
He said no. That's awesome.
No. Sorry, he didn't say no. He was just said, "Uh-huh." And that was on my way out. I was halfway out the door. So yeah, your boys made it.
You know what? I didn't want a mug. I take your mug. I'm gonna take my bespoke water glass. There you go. You can read it. It's got my name on it, and one of my regulars made this for me. Thanks, Donald Lynn. Got my own mug.
Oh yeah.
Drink my vodka in silence over here.
Yeah, no, it was great times. Those who were at Shoeless Joe's, thank you so much for showing up. I wish I could have been there for longer. Those who didn't, there's always next time. But yeah, the atmosphere was great.
There's next time because all of you are going to get a mug just for showing up.
Hey. You better hope Wally's not watching right now. Oh, there you go.
Nothing. You can't prove anything.
So Andy, if you want to pull up the lineups again, we briefly went over it. Curtis McDermid makes his way back in, hasn't played since early November. It was expected, I think. Well, you know it was expected. I expected it. Playing with Greg and Eller on the fourth line. I thought I didn't have much, expectation wise for him. Like, hey, sit on the bench, you'll get, I don't know, a couple, maybe 5, 8 minutes of ice time. You won't get 10.
8. Whoa.
Well, because that's what he got, that's what we're relatively used to seeing from him. I'm gonna double check my stats now because I'm about to eat my words. Yeah, sorry. He played less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 58
again,
seconds.
Which
Wow.
again, like he's not a guy. Sorry, he's not a guy that gets a lot of ice time, and we're used to it. But he looked noticeable in those 3 minutes, kind of like when we were talking about Hodgson. And I don't put a lot of emphasis on, hey, a guy's on the bench as a deterrent. The second he hopped on the ice, you saw that though. You saw that he was a deterrent, and
of course he was a deterrent.
Yeah, really, Greg. Sorry, for Jesse asking. 14 minutes and 6 seconds. One part that I really did like, he lays a hit on Arbor Jacki. They were obviously on the ice at the same time on purpose. Lays a hit on Arbor Jacki. Jacki turns around, or sorry, not Jacki. Jacki was on the ice, but the hit was on Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson gives him a little slash, starts skating towards the bench. On his way to the bench, runs into Ridley Gregg. Ridley Gregg, who is a lot smaller than Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson, 6'4", 6'5". Ridley Gregg, 6'1". So he starts going after Ridley. The second he goes after Ridley, a certain Mr. McDermid hops on his back. Ridley is free, starts barking at Anderson, but he doesn't have anyone on him. Anderson, he's trying to make his way into the door. He's got his back to McDermid. Doesn't turn around and look at McDermid until there's both a linesman and Arbor Jacki on McDermid's back. That's what brings it to him. Other players are scared of him. Anderson, I have a lot of respect for the player that he is. He went for the smaller guy in that situation, and that's why McDermid was there.
Exactly why McDermid was there.
The Jackeyes, they'll throw their body around, but we saw Stützle didn't get harassed too much. Brady didn't get harassed too much. Other skilled guys didn't get harassed too much. And I want to apologize because I was wrong. The deterrent does work. Like,
maybe he had a one-on-one with Arbor Jacki tonight where he skated into the corner. He went to hit Jacki, and it at first looked a bit embarrassing for him because Jacki just stood up and he got flattened. But
Jacki looked like he was a million pounds there.
Yes, he did. But the proof was in the pudding in that Jacki started chirping him for it. McDermid just dusted himself off, got up and said, okay, so you could read his lips. He said, do you want to go? And I'm sure among those comments was also, put your money where your mouth is or something along those lines. And Jacki wouldn't, even though they were down, even though it was a chance for Jacki to do exactly what a guy like Arbor Jacki is supposed to do. You're bang on correct. They're gonna talk. They're going to take those moments where, okay, he lays out Curtis McDermid, but when it comes time to drop him, he kept skating. And there's your proof. And I mean, look, I admit Jacki is a tough mofo. That is not a guy I'd like to meet angry anywhere, but he didn't take the bait because I think he knows that it would hurt.
Yeah. I mean, if I was McDermid, I would have just pointed at the scoreboard. Exactly I don't have to fight you. We're up. I think they were up by 2 goals by then.
Yes, they were.
David Harris. Cody's been wrong a lot more than once this year. But thank you.
Nobody's counting. No.
But yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him a little bit more, throughout the rest of the season. Hodgson's back in the minors. They can still call him up. But I think that's a move where, hey, you've had your time, you've played great, maybe you'll be back, but especially now that Greg is back and you have that potential to play McDermid a little bit more, hey, like, time to get your role. Maybe if the time is right, get more ice time, or like we said earlier, get more ice time later. Maybe even rotate as Jesse put up, I don't think Cousins is going to keep sitting, but there will be a rotation on, that bottom six of McDermott in, McDermott out, Cousins in, and, so a bunch of other guys.
I
Those two
don't
are
know
the obvious
what
one.
other. I don't know
Go
what
ahead.
other teams there are where you necessarily need that deterrent. And I think, I don't know if I agree that we'll see more of him. I mean, when's the last time he played? It was like November. Was it the 11th or the 7th?
I want to say the 9th, but I'm not sure.
So he's not a guy that and it's a strange conundrum, right? Like you want everybody to play as much as possible, stay fresh, all these things. But it's also, if you don't need him, why are you putting him on the ice? And,
Curtis McDermott last played November 13th against Boston.
Yeah, okay. So the 13th he played. And I guess my point is that if you're not playing a team where there is another enforcer or another person who likes to push around the little guys and all that stuff, that's where it comes down to a Nick Cousins who's slotted back in the line to not just be a mouthpiece, or maybe even a Ridley Gregg or somebody else to not let it happen. Because if, and I think I'm sort of making 2 points now that I'm talking my way through this, is that, on one hand, I completely agree with you that you have to leave it up to chance. They don't really know if McDermott is going to be in the lineup, so they can't plan to push around the Stützles. But on the other side, just like it couldn't be left only to Tkachuk, you can't just leave it only to McDermott, because he's not as needed every game. Like it's I hate to say it because I don't want to sound like I'm talking bad about somebody, but that's not the guy you're going to ride to make a real push and get those points.
Yeah. But we'll see. Like you put it really well, honestly. It's because he's a situational player, but now that you have that option that you're not tied to because of injuries,
100%.
Like you couldn't afford to put him in, or earlier in the road trip, because you're missing Greg, you're missing Shabbat, you're missing Tkachuk. Now that you have that option, it's just nice to have an option. If that makes sense.
Agreed. Yep. No, you're bang on that one too. So I think it's nice to know that, and I don't think we've seen 100% Brady yet. I defer to our comment from last show, and that he's playing rougher, he's playing more Brady-esque, but I don't think we've seen it. And I want to see that full intensity Brady, and I want to see that for a whole game without him dropping the gloves, because that's still that one unanswered thing is, okay, has Brady matured enough that he realizes just how effective he is when he's not the one in the box, even though he can take on just about anyone else in the league.
Yeah, exactly. But it's, like you said, it's nice that he doesn't have to do it. Yeah. So we'll drop the gloves, I mean. But no, and we saw a little bit of that tonight. This game, I'm ready to say he looked like himself. And hopefully it just goes up from here. Just banging and crashing everyone. But yeah, going back to the skill thing, it is unfortunate that McDermott is pretty much that there, not only to be a deterrent, but that's what he does. And players who are there to fight, send a message, and put up some points on offense, they're rare. Who in the chat was talking about Chris Neal, Justin and and Jesse and David. They're rare. They're hard to find, and it's not but at the same time, it's not one of those things where we can just say it's not one of those things where they can you can trade for it. Like Kiefer Sherwood's on. There's been a lot of rumor around him. There's been a lot of rumors around him. But players who fight are that type of player, but can also score. They're just so hard to find, and a lot of times they just don't end up being. Not that they don't end up being worth it, but there's other ways to spend assets and cap space.
But split personalities. You end up asking somebody to be, a top 6 or even top 9 forward and saying, okay, well, you need to get, 10, 15 goals this year. Oh, but why don't you have 100 penalty minutes too? Well, why did that get pushed around? Well, pick your poison. And I think that's where a guy like McDermid comes back. Is Steos had the opportunity to go and turn somebody who was being torn in 2 different ways into a McDermid. And they took it. And whether it's because we have the depth and having a Hodgson that can be bounced back and forth when everybody's healthy, to your point earlier, but that's it's a nice element to have going forward, because I will absolutely agree with a point Wally makes often, in that you do still need a guy like that in the NHL. You still need somebody who can make people maybe think twice about taking that run, especially when you get to a situation like the playoffs where you've got the same team for up to 7 games.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Neil back in the Rangers. Anyways, I'm rambling. You go ahead.
Well, no, that's it there. Jesse asking about Thomas Chabot. No real timeline on his return, sorry, but he is on injured reserve, which I have to double check, but I don't think, it means he's not eligible to come back for 2-ish weeks. 4 weeks.
Yeah, but
so we won't see him for, a good chunk of time.
Don't
miss 4 games.
Rush
there we go. Sorry.
Back.
Yeah, you have your opinion on on that with Brady last game. But he looks fine now.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
All right. Real quick too, before we sign off, unless you had something else to add. Looking at the chat, someone was asking, Andy, I asked you to tag it, but sorry, I forgot. Yes, thank you so much. Wanting an update about my sister's hockey team. Last Saturday, so she plays in Akureyri, which is one of the northern cities. Beat one of the Reykjavik teams 2-1. Second last game in the calendar year. So yeah, excited for her. Real proud of her as always. Only let in 1 goal as the goalie in that. But yeah, she's doing great. And still looking at the national team there.
Come on.
Also looking at another Ottawa team, Ottawa Junior Senators, getting a shutout win 4-0 last Saturday. So that was super fun to watch.
It's a great week for all the Senators.
Senators. But yeah, next game. Finally, the Sens play at home. We finally get to see a black jersey.
I love those jerseys.
Yeah, they're nice against the New York Rangers, who are not having exactly the best season. The main show blamed a lot of that on Chris Kreider missing, but they're currently last in the Metro. 30 points, 14 wins, 12 losses, 2 overtime losses. What are you expecting out of this game?
I'm expecting the curse of this team, which has always been going the opposite direction with the play to the opponent's mentality. I've always, since I can remember, hated that the Sens have this tendency to play down. I want to see tonight all over again. Make that statement. Do you think they go with Ullmark, or do you think they get Marilainen in for a turn?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, Ullmark's playing well. He did back-to-back 2 good games. I don't know that I blame many of the 8 goals he's let in over the last 2 games on him. So do you keep riding, play the one that's hot, or do you try and, strength of schedule, as some say, do you go with Marilainen and let him?
I'm gonna go with Marilainen because
Really?
as my prediction.
Okay.
That's what, 2 games in a row for Ullmark now, or 3 games? 2 games?
2.
Yes, Levy was in net for St. Louis.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So yeah. yes, Ullmark is the starter, but there was another big debate today on the show about, or not debate, but they talked about it on the main show about let's limit Ullmark's game because he's never played 50 games. He's on pace for over 60 now. Coming back from a long road trip, Maryline is obviously the more rested guy. You finally get to practice, which they haven't, in a while. Practice at home. They're, finally going to get like, no, sorry, they're not practicing Wednesday. It's a day off tomorrow.
They're going to sleep in their beds tonight. They're just going to sleep.
Yes, sorry, yes. My mind was on Thursday.
There will be in their beds already.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry guys. My mind was on Thursday morning. They will have a morning skate. But nothing tomorrow. But I'm gonna go with Maryline. I don't think Frank over here in the chat. I don't think it's a question of who's hotter in this case because both goalies are pretty hot right now. It's going pretty well for both of them. Yes, Ullmark has finally, he looks completely different than he did at the start of the season. And if there is a hotter of the two goalies, it's him. But it's a luxury that you can't really waste having two goalies that are reliable to start.
I think it's I'm going to go the opposite way because I agree with Frank. I have always thought that you got to play. I believe in playing the hot hand, especially after a long trip like this. It's going to be a day off. It's going to be time to recoup. And getting back to the point I made about the strength of schedule thing too, St. Louis is nowhere near where the New York Rangers are, but Saturday's game against St. Louis, it's a Saturday night. I think if you give Ullmark, if he wants it, the chance to play on Thursday, you can just, for all these same reasons we just said now, as easily say, okay, Levy, you're in on Saturday. So I think it's going to be Ullmark on Thursday.
Frank, sorry I missed your joke. I'm going to rephrase my, my answer to Jamo's question.
I got it.
Levi Maryline will be coming in hotter into this game. I'm so sorry. I didn't get that, but that's good, Frank. That's good. Yeah. Someone in the chat, sorry, I forget who, called it a trap game. I wouldn't go that far, but it's one of those games where you do have to be careful. Like I said, like I said about the Blues, Rangers are definitely a team that can steal a game.
Sure.
Yeah, because they've got talent. Like, yes, they might not be playing well as a team. They still have Adam Fox. They still have Shesterkin, who I'm not actually sure if it's him started, but they still have Adam Fox. They still have Alexis Lafrenière. There's a lot of good players on that team. Sorry, I'm only naming two, but it's late. My mind's all over the place.
They got DJ Zibad, man. They got
Zibanejad. Thank you.
But no, Shesterkin's a guy who can steal a game on his own. Zibanejad, he usually does pretty well in his returns to Ottawa. He likes to haunt the Sens a little bit. And sure, the Rangers don't have Kreider anymore, but you're absolutely right. They are a very, very, very good team across many facets. I saw a rumor today that Lafrenière was one of the people the Sens are targeting for a trade. Oh, come on. But it's
they were also going to trade Brady Tkachuk for him. Please.
Yeah, for an entire other team. For me, it's there's no such thing as a game that you can cakewalk in this league, and that's why I stick to the number one thing. My answer for Thursday: show up the way they did for tonight.
Yeah. And sorry, so Adam Fox is on IR right now, so he won't be playing. But I completely forgot about Panarin and JT Miller. So
no, those guys suck. They're not very good. No, they're not. They're not good at all.
No. So yeah, and Trocheck. But yeah, it's
Vinny Trocheck. He's a darling in my fantasy league.
Oh really? All right. So yeah, you gotta.
Oh good.
Even when a team is bad, you still got to look at their talented players because they can steal a game. JMO, you and I will be back Thursday night for that game. It's going to be so fun to come back on the show, back at home. You guys have been awesome sticking with us on coming in hotter. It's been sick. We're, I don't know how many episodes exactly we're in, but it has flown by. It still feels like still feels like this thing just started. But yeah, thank you so much for being with us, JMO. This is so fun with you, man. I've missed you.
Missed you too, buddy. And it's only 2 days till the next one.
All right. So we'll see you next game, guys. It's been super fun. But yeah, thank you for being with us.
You've been watching Coming in Hotter, your home for Sens post-game coverage all season long. We're live after every game. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a show.